All right. We are live.
What's up? What's up?
Got Trey Miller here. This is my second live stream Meet the Collaborators episode. So little nervous this time, but I got a microphone, I got the slick background. Got you on the line now. So how's
Yes,
it going, man?
sir. It's pretty good. How about yourself?
Good. Just dropped the music video today.
I'm digging that T-shirt, by the way.
Oh yeah. Yeah, gotta rep the home team, man.
I feel you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was so that's actually how I first got hip to you guys, and you as an artist was the One Life to Lead show last summer at Power Plant. You guys
Yes,
did
sir.
a Green Day cover set.
Yeah. Ruckus Fest. It was cool.
Oh yeah, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually Kevin Hawk. Shout out to Kevin
Yep.
Hawk. Transcended Events. He'll do one every year usually, and we were supposed to play it again this year, but COVID came. So
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool, man. I remember the tater tots there were fucking next level.
super good.
Yeah, Josh and I were there. It was like tots and shots. Like that was like the go-to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was super impressed with your guys' set, man. And shout out to Josh Kuchar. He's the one who put me onto One Life to Lead and invited me to come check out the show. And I liked what you guys did before that. Like, I think I saw some videos on YouTube, and like one of the songs had you rapping, and another one was like a more traditional pop punk song. And then I go see you guys, and you're doing a Green Day cover set, and you did Walking Contradiction, which is my all-time favorite Green Day song. I was like, this kid's fucking good. I was like,
oh man, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So it's cool we were able to keep in touch and work out a collaboration with Red Cup Dub.
Definitely, yeah. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I've never done a feature before, so I appreciate you, giving me the opportunity for that.
Yeah, man, and this was also an opportunity for me to do a music video and actually have like myself and then a collaborator in it, because I mostly do lyric videos, just because like it's really tough to do a good big budget video. I just think they always, unless you're investing like 10,000 minimum, if you're trying to go for the serious like polished production look, like it always looks so awkward to me in like any music video I see from bands that are trying to like pull that look off. So I like how we did it with like the animation and the trippy effects and the green screen and we got lit. So like we lived up to the name Red Cup Dub for sure.
For sure, yeah. That was a good time, man.
Yeah. Most of the times, I mean, you probably know this from shooting videos, they are not fun to do whatsoever.
I think we've only done like 2 videos, and this was definitely the most fun that I've had doing a video.
Okay, good. Yeah. Same here, man. Like a lot of like most of the ones I've done before are just like 8-hour days.
Yeah.
Just hurry up and wait, do your take. Oh, that was good. Let's do it again. And, just really, and then you're trying to put on like your happy face and like really act like you're into it when like you just did the same thing for the 50th time in a row. And it's like,
yep.
So I'm glad we're able to set it up in a way that was fun for us and also like quick, like,
yeah,
just to have Zach from Positive Vibe Media show up and just put up his gear in like 15 minutes and like we're rolling.
Yep. It was definitely a positive vibe too. Everybody was just chilling. It was cool,
Yeah.
No awkwardness on set. None of that.
Yeah, it was the first time I met Zach, and anytime a stranger just come to your apartment, like you can't help but wonder.
I had no idea. Cool. I thought y'all were cool. Like y'all.
No, I mean, yeah,
cool.
I knew he's like done stuff for other bands, and like we had chatted about doing a video recap for my set at Frozen Harbor earlier this year. It didn't work out, so we had talked before, so I had a feeling it was legit, and yeah, I don't know. By the end of it, it just felt like dudes hanging out and drinking.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it was. Yep.
But yeah, man. So the video dropped today. Has been getting some good feedback,
That's man.
Yeah, I'm happy to get it out and celebrate the release. Almost a week old tomorrow, and yeah, all good things.
Yeah, man. It was. I was real nervous about this feature at first. Like I rewrote that verse like 3 or 4 times. There was mad different versions of it.
Nice, but I mean, so was that something you came up with after I hit you up about hopping on the track?
Yeah, like I didn't have anything. I mean, I have sometimes like I just have stuff ready to go, but nothing I felt like fit this theme that well. So once you hit me up, I was like, all right, bet I'm about to get to work, start
Nice.
writing these verses, and then yeah, so that one I kept like I really didn't decide which one I wanted to do until like the day before I came to the studio. I kept running it by my girlfriend. I was like, listen to this. All right, how about this one? Now this one. She was like, I feel like I like this one. So I ended up going with that one. That's the one that's on the song.
Nice. And yeah, I remember we laid down a couple ideas, and during the session we scrapped one of them because we all agreed we liked one, and then I accidentally sent everything to Howi, the guy who produced and mixed the song.
Yeah.
And then in the outro, he ended up putting out one of your ideas in it. I was like, oh fuck, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I kind of liked it. I was like, this is a cool spot. Like, you know.
yeah. Like, I was totally not envisioning an outro section like that at all. Like when I first heard that, when he sent me that mix, I was like, fuck no, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I just thought like it was already long enough as a song, and I didn't need an outro. But like I had been working on that song for so long that I just think I got stuck in my ways of thinking what the song should be. So like after I slept, at first I heard, I was like, oh no, this is changing the song too much. And then when I slept on it and like waited a day or so and like listened to it again, I was like, all right,
Yeah.
cool.
I totally get you, man. That's kind of
Yeah.
the same experience we just had in the studio in Massachusetts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, just like having someone completely strip down the song that you're used to, like a demo you've been sitting on for months, and then like to like here you go, and you're like, yo, what are you? Yo,
Yeah,
you're
man.
wilding, fam. What are you doing?
It's such a weird feeling, man, because like you're so attached to the demo idea, and like you just have this vision in your head, like this is the song.
Yeah,
And then when someone just brings something out of totally left field that changes the whole vibe, you're like, it's almost like you feel alienated, like
yep.
someone just like ripped your heart out or something. But like, you
But
know,
then it's dope, and you're just
yeah,
like, this is
right.
great.
Yeah, like you gotta have the humility to, be open minded and try to remove yourself from the song and just put yourself in the listener's shoes.
Yeah, man.
So, how long were you guys up recording?
I guess it was like maybe almost 10 days. I think it was about 10 days, and
Oh shit,
yeah, maybe that's a little long. Maybe it was like a week, something like that. But
that's still a good chunk of studio time though.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. We were in the studio for a long time too. Like we would pull up every day at 10 a.m. and probably leave at like 9 p.m.
Nice.
Yeah, so
So that's
excited.
like that's a proper band studio trip.
Yeah, man. Like
Not many bands are able to do that, and that's kind of, I feel like, the old school way of doing, when bands had labels funding them, like, hey, go away to this studio with this guy for a month and give us an album.
Yeah, man. It felt like we were really doing something like big. You know, I guess like I heard stories of like 70s bands doing that a lot. Where like even totally. like Radiohead or somebody, like they would go off to some old castle or something in the countryside in England and like, all right, we're making our album here. So it did have that sort of vibe.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was cool to get out of state to do it.
Yeah, that reminds me of Incubus Morning View album. Like they rented like a beach house or something and just like lived there until they wrote an album. And it's like one of the greatest albums, in my opinion, at least.
I'm a fan of Science more than that album.
Okay, old school. Yeah, man. Yeah, hell yeah. But yeah, I think that's a cool way to do it, and something I've actually never done. And I just feel like that's a good way to get wrapped up in the creative process and really let the vibes flow through you and like live with it for like a long period of time instead of just like a 4-hour studio session.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, well, I'll go back when I can save up a couple more bucks and pay for another studio session. And you kind of break it up, which is what I normally do. And it works for me, but I would love to have that experience as well. Just all your life is for those days you're doing it is like music.
Dude, I miss it so much. Like it was just
was it awesome when you're like, this is like, I'm quitting my job, like I'm doing this
Dude, I really hope, I'm like, man, I really hope this EP is the one, because I have a good feeling about it. Honestly, I just feel like this is the best thing that we've done as a band. So I'm excited for it to come out and just see what happens from there.
Yeah, one life to lead, everybody.
Yes.
What's the vibe on it? Like, what kind of? Because you guys, one thing I like about you guys are kind of like eclectic. So like, what's the new sound like? Is it kind of more like even more eclectic, or?
I would say, yeah, even more eclectic. Like well, maybe not even more so, but like the form of how it all came together is different than the last one. So like on the last EP, I feel like we did have like the rap style, the straightforward like pop punk style stuff. This time I think like, well, on the last EP, I felt like every song kind of had a different vibe. But this time, I feel like we've done better at actually mixing the vibes into every song, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
so
dude.
It doesn't feel like quite as like choppy. I feel like it has more of a cohesive feel. It's definitely less pop punk though, but like more R&B-ish, hip hop, and then like a little bit of like just heavy rock type stuff.
Damn, dude.
Now you're talking.
Now you're talking.
I'm excited, man. Like this, it's crazy how much we listened to our own stuff when we were up there in Massachusetts. It was just.
Oh man, like
I felt like Kanye or something. Like this feels like how Kanye would do it. Like just bumping his own music 24/7.
I shamelessly like do the same thing, man. Like if I had a good studio session and like came up with something that I just think is like this is the greatest fucking riff I've ever written, and like,
hey, bro,
you hear it on the big monitors in the studio, you're like, this is fucking fire. Like
hell yeah.
I'll go home and just put that shit on repeat and just like wallow in it. And like I kind of feel lame for doing that because it's like my own stuff, but like if what you're doing doesn't like get you that excited, then like you got to go back to the drawing board and you come up with some new shit, because you should feel that excited every time you put something out, or else you're just kind of throwing it in.
Yep. I always say it. Shouts to Sum 41. It's got to be all killer, no filler. You feel me?
Oh, fuck yeah. I love Sum 41, man. That's old school.
Yeah, But I just love the title of that album so much because I'm like, that's true, man. You just got to come hard on every track.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a great band, man. And I like what you said about finding that cohesive vibe while still maintaining like diversity in the sounds, which is like why I'm so glad I'm doing singles, because I don't know if I could do that with an album.
Yeah.
Like my singles are all over the place, and that's by design and the way I like it, because I can hop around from reggae and hip hop and then do a heavy song or do something lighter, and it doesn't matter. It's just the one song. So that's definitely, I think, like where a lot of bands face a challenge, because like all my favorite bands have like a wide range of influences and sounds like you guys do. And there's definitely some albums, like thinking of like Dirty Heads, because that's probably what Red Cup Dub is most similar to. Like some of their albums I think really hit it on the mark, and others not so much. If you try to pull in one direction too far, you're going to alienate your fans, but you also want to keep growing as a band. So that's definitely like that's the challenge. That
it's a tough balance to strike for sure. Yeah, I actually want that challenge though. Like once we made this EP, I'm like, it seemed like it would be fun, especially for me, like lyrically, to come up with themes that all tie together across like 10, 12 songs. Like it seems like a challenge that it's something I've never done before, but it just would it would be cool to try and just see what comes out of it,
Yeah, man. So now that I tapped you into the feature game, are you gonna go solo now? Are you gonna put out a mixtape?
Yeah. Bro, me and my boy Ronnie, he plays drums in the band.
Yeah, I know Ronnie.
Yeah. Me and Ronnie been talking about dropping a tape for a minute. So
all right. Yeah, you should, man.
We keep talking about it. Eventually it's gonna happen. But yeah, we definitely want to do that.
Yeah. That'd be cool, man. I bet you guys would come up with something sick.
Yeah, Ronnie makes some pretty crazy beats, and like he's got a flow that I would call like untraditional. Like the way Ronnie can think of some stuff, I'm like, bro, I feel like the way I think of rapping is like I see the bars lining up like just like this, line it up, and then like Ronnie's more so like finds a unique way to make stuff line up, which I think is pretty cool when he raps.
Sounds like a good like yin and yang type vibe.
Yeah, I think it would be. I don't know what we're gonna like call our little group or whatever, but
well, hey, man, if you're doing a side thing and need some guitars, man, you know who to call.
Hey, yeah. Already, bro.
Yeah, man. So like talk a little bit more about One Life to Lead, like just sort of like the background, like how you guys got started, and obviously the new stuff is on the way, but like what's the backstory there?
Well, I guess One Life to Lead has been a band now for about 5 years, and really it was like me and Actually, a lot of the band was going to Frostburg State University at the time. So it was like me and Ronnie were going there at the time, and we had like our first little meeting one time during spring break. I think it was 2015. I'm guessing it's 5 years. It might be 6. I'm not exactly sure. But that's when we first started jamming a little bit. Like over this spring break, we all came home, and yeah, so it was just me and like a few buddies that I went to high school with. And at this point, the lineup has changed a few times. So from when we first started back in 2015, out of that original lineup, it's just me and Ronnie now.
Oh,
but yeah, but like One Life to Lead as a whole project or idea, I guess, has been around for 5 years now. And yeah,
you have you guys put out an EP last year, right? Like Visions of Grandeur.
Yeah, so we put out.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, it's funny that I don't know if anyone's ever gonna like watch this or if they're watching it now. I just think it's funny to give a little context to why we called it Visions of Grandeur. So in high school, I was a pretty big fan of Lil B, the bass god. I don't know if y'all are familiar with him, but he dropped this mixtape called Illusions of Grandeur, and I just loved that title. And I was like,
yeah,
Illusions, but you know, I really feel like the band grew from something that was just like a hobby that we did for fun to something I'm like, yo, we really could like get kind of serious with this music. So I was like, dude, I'm like having visions of this. I see it. I'm going to sleep and I see it in my dreams, bro. Like, so that's why we called it that. And it's just kind of funny. Like,
I like
this
that.
pop punk album was influenced by Lil B, the bass god.
Yeah, man. I love it, man. And like, when I've been promoting Red Cup Dub and like putting out my email blasts or whatever, like I love saying that like Trey's from the pop punk band because like it's like anything but a pop punk song.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just, dude, I just love music so much that I'm like, I got to do them all. Like I just try to do as much as possible.
So when you first started like getting into singing or writing lyrics or whatever, who were some of your like early like music gods? Like I feel like every musician has like those early artists that like almost formed them or shaped them into like who they are today.
Yeah, I was a huge and still am a huge Jimi Hendrix fan.
Okay.
I first tried to learn how to play the guitar and like I just was never really that good. I couldn't figure it out. Yeah. And it was just like I'm not going to be able to play the guitar or anything like Hendrix. And then I got into listening to the Strokes a lot. And then I just kind of like wanted to get into that kind of band at first. This was like 8th or 9th grade. And I was like, yo, like I want to be in a band and like write these poetic lyrics or something. Like that's what I want to do. So like that kind of first hit me when I was listening to the Strokes. But I always say Sublime is probably like my favorite band all time. It's like one of the only bands that I feel like I could sing almost like their whole discography. Like just know all the words to everything.
That's cool, man. All over the place for sure. Do you are you cool with like the Sublime with Rome stuff?
Not quite as much.
Like I think most people can appreciate like Rome just living his childhood dream. Like you can't really hate on someone for getting asked to join their favorite band, but as a fan, I also understand how you might feel alienated by what they're doing, like with trying to make new music under like the Sublime name.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but like for me also being younger, like, you know, Sublime was already like, you know, kind of over, I guess, by the time I was born pretty much. So I don't feel like I have quite as much as strong feelings. Yeah, I know. Like I was born in 95.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so it's just like I don't even think like I have the same strong connection that so many people might have to seeing that like this is Sublime with someone who's not Brad and it's just not cool. Like maybe I think like I just kind of like it's cool, they can do whatever they want. I'm just not that into it, but it doesn't like rile me up like maybe it does some other folks.
Yeah, so I'm in a lot of like music fan group Facebook groups, and like some of the diehards are like fiercely loyal and like so anti-Rome stuff. It's like, man,
yeah,
guys gotta pay the bill still.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta give the guy a break, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I like him a lot. Just like I like his story. he like quit everything, moved out to the West Coast, got like a studio job, and just kind of networked and got introduced to like Sublime's bassist, and now he's like grown into his own thing. It's like, I mean, that's the American dream.
Yeah, man, for sure. You can't hate on it. Like
Yeah.
How can you hate on that?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I remember Sublime when I first got into them right around when I was starting to play guitar in way back 1996, and what I got was like the big hit, and then like Wrong Way is the one that like that's probably still my favorite Sublime song of all time.
Yeah,
Wrong Way.
That might be, yeah.
That whole album I thought was their best. Like I know a lot of people like the older stuff because it's more like authentic or like raw, like pure Sublime. But I like the polished aspect of the big label producer they got, and the production value was a lot better.
I liked all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think what could have been like, where they could have gone after like such a monumental album.
Yeah, that last album they did, it's crazy. Like I had it on CD in middle school, and my mom used to really like check my stuff a lot, bro. Like, so I couldn't have the like explicit versions of any CDs. Like she would always check the sticker to see if it said explicit content on it. And I went to the mall one time with my friends, and I went to FYE and I got that CD and I just hid it. Like I kept hiding it, and I would just like bump it on the low. Like I literally like lay down next to the CD player and like listen to it. And yeah, man, I just it's funny thinking like how I had to hide that from my mom when I was like 12.
Dude, same here, man. It's so the album for me that my parents copped was 311's self-titled album that came out in 1995. And then I got into it like when I was 9 years old, and they started, just religiously obsessively playing it nonstop. And that's ultimately what got me into guitar. But they started hearing all the cuss words on it, and they fucking stole it from me. And I got that shit back. I got it back.
Hey, yeah. So the funniest story I have with this ever though is I had a classmate of mine in 8th grade. His older brother had Lil Wayne's The Carter 3. Okay. So I had him burn a CD of it, like just straight rip a copy. I don't know if I'm incriminating anyone, how illegal this was, but this was also in like the LimeWire era, so we didn't even care.
Okay.
So he burns me a copy of the of the Carter 3 on a blank CD, and I took a Sharpie and I write on it, Gospel Hits 2008. And then and I put it in a CD case, and I was
dude, that's smooth.
I'm good. Like it's ridiculous how many albums I didn't
hear. Sly dog you.
Bro, I had to do what I had to do.
You were creative from the get.
Man, it's really
that's actually hilarious.
It's ridiculous what I had to do. I didn't even hear so many albums the way that they were supposed to be heard until I got to college.
Oh, yeah?
I was listening to the clean versions of everything. Like, I would hear it. I'm like, that's what he says. Because usually it just cuts out right there. Like, that part just doesn't even play. And people are like, wow, you've never heard this? This is my first time hearing it like this.
Man.
Yeah.
That's wild, dude. Yeah. I mean, my parents only knew the other shit they would find eventually in my room. They would have thought a CD with cuss words was
pretty tame.
Yeah. Sorry, Mom.
Right. I'm like, if my mom is watching this, then she never even knew about the Gospel Hits thing.
And maybe she'll dig it now. So what do you guys, have you guys done any like shows or anything this year? Like what's how's like the COVID stuff impacted like the live game for you guys?
Yeah, we had some stuff that we were supposed to do, but like I said, COVID came and knocked that out. But last weekend we actually did a live stream up at Habity Grace at the State Theater of Habity Grace. And well, the live stream was cool for like the first 20 minutes or so. Oh, really? And then the internet went out on the whole block. Oh my God. So that didn't work out exactly how we wanted it to, but we just ended up recording the show, and I guess the recording will be coming out sometime soon. Cool. But our friends from Cul-de-sac Collective set it up, and they're like just a group of a whole bunch of talented guys, singers, rappers, you know, they live band, bassists, guitars, drummers, like they do it all. Nice. So it was really cool to do that.
Yeah, man. Well, at least you guys are able to salvage like some content and you can like, you know, put it out there at least.
Yeah, so
better than nothing.
Exactly. Like I almost was like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this show because it was like a few days. The original date was honestly a few days right after we were supposed to come back from Massachusetts. So I was like, oh man, like we're gonna be working on this new EP. I don't know if we're gonna have time to like rehearse like all of our old stuff because it's been so long since we had played any of it, really.
Yeah.
So we need to like, and plus our lineup had shuffled since the last time we had a live show. So we're like, yeah, so we're like, oh, we need to figure out like how this is gonna get played and who's gonna sing this part and all that stuff. And it ended up that the venue pushed the show back a week, and that worked out perfectly. I was like, all right, good, we can get a little bit more solid and then do this live stream. So yeah, I was kind of on the fence about doing it at first, but then it was like, oh, I gotta go for it. Who knows when the next opportunity will come.
Yeah, I mean that's a scary thought. So before the virus hit and all that, what kind of touring or like shows were you guys doing? Was it mostly like regional stuff, local stuff, or like, you know, the Weekend Warrior type stuff?
Yeah, mostly just like local stuff. Just we would play at like Soundstage or Auto Bar, those kind of places.
Yeah. What's your favorite Baltimore venue that you've played?
I guess I would say Ram's Head. We played Ram's Head once, and that was like,
oh, nice,
super live. Just because the I guess you call it the green room or whatever, like backstage was just so lit. Like, nice. I was like, bro, we're back here watching Netflix. They had the fridge stocked up, water, beer, like sparkling waters. I was like,
I've never played Ram's Head, man. I'm jealous. Was it a festival show, or were you like opening for a bigger band, or?
No, it was just really like it was a transcendent show, and we just packed it out. It was crazy. I feel like they said total for that night was like 600-700 or something like that. Man. Yeah. Man. And people kept saying we couldn't do it. They're like, ain't nobody gonna come. Nobody's gonna pack that out. And then we had to take a picture like, this place is pretty full.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Yeah. Kevin's really good at putting good bills together. In my last band I was in, Big Infinite, we did a few shows with him and like Transcendent, and like there were some of the better local shows like we had done. Like, just I don't know, he's just really good at like putting the right bands together and like really being hands-on with the promotion, like giving you good graphics to use and like
seriously
physical flyers, and like, you know, if you're a promoter out there, like that's how you do it for sure. Like there's so many promoters that are just like looking to take their cut of the ticket sales and like only want to talk to you if it's just ticket sales. That's all. That's it. But like, it's if you want to thrive in like a city like Baltimore and a scene like this where it's like really tough, like you got to be like, it's got to be a collaborative effort. So
yeah,
definitely not surprised to hear that you guys packed that out.
Yeah, man. Kev is the man. Like he definitely has helped us grow a lot as a band, and he's like big bro, really. He's definitely not like your average promoter, I guess. It's just looking to make a buck. Like he really cares. And it's like, I think this would be good for your careers. I think this would not be good for your careers. Like he's seen it all. He's seen a lot. So he always gives us some advice. And it's actually, it's cool that you asked me this, because I just remembered that we might have something else coming up soon where we might get an opportunity to play outdoors and have cars pull up, almost like a drive-in type show.
Yeah, that's becoming a thing.
So that's potentially coming soon. I'm not going to guarantee anything because it's all still in the works, but yeah,
that's cool, man. Hopefully you guys can get that going. I'm like I'm itching to play again too, because my live set is like totally separate from my singles and the music I release. So I haven't really been working too hard to find gigs because like there are none, and like it's whatever. But like I'm wondering when indoor shows are allowed to happen again, like what venues are going to be left in Baltimore, dude. Like, I'm like thinking of venue like the smaller ones like Auto Bar, Sidebar, and like 8x10. Like, those are like the staples for like the local scene, and like even mid-level national bands come through those places a lot, even bigger bands. And it's like, if those go down,
it's gonna
fuck.
be rough, man. Like,
Yeah.
I heard that Joe Squared on North Avenue closed too, and they
For
used to
good?
have. That's what I heard.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah,
I love that place.
and yeah, like not just the pizza, but like how they would have the area
Yeah.
like downstairs, bands would come
Yeah.
play there. So I'm like, man, are you like? I wanted to play a show there too, because like after having done so many shows with Kev, like Ronnie's especially helped Kev with a lot of shows, and like we had this idea of trying to do our own show. We felt like we had the knowledge and resources and like connections to like try to set up our own thing. And I wanted it to happen like in June or July. I had been like thinking about this since, I don't know, maybe like December or so. And I wanted to do it at Joe Squared, and then I heard Joe Squared had closed, and I was just like, well, there it is. It's I don't know, man.
Rough, man.
It is. It
one
is
of those these periods of time that's just gonna weed out the weak, man. It's like really survival of the fittest at this moment.
It's serious. It's serious, man.
Yeah, I was on Howi's podcast last week, Howi Spangler from Ballyhoo, and they're not really even looking at national tours until like at least next summer.
Yeah.
And like they're a band that just like lives on the road. So
right.
They've been doing well with like everything they're doing, with like live streams and like limited edition merch runs and stuff like that. But just thinking of not only them, but like other similar bands that were like just starting to like make a living from it, and really having to grind it out like 9 months a year on the road. And like this is just gonna, for a lot of it, I worry will just be like the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually, there's like a positive, I guess, that worked out for our band out of COVID, just because when we did the EP, we did it with Alan Day from 4 Years Strong, and they would have actually been on tour when we recorded. So like,
there you go.
Yeah, like he had hit us up before everything went into lockdown.
Oh my God.
He's like, yeah, I want to record with y'all. We just got to work out some dates. Da, 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 da. And then that was literally like a week before like everything went into lockdown. And then after that, he's like, so this tour just got canceled. So I'm pretty open. Like, what's good?
Dude,
so that kind of worked out.
I've been kind of like in the back of my head scheming. I guess I don't know if scheming's the right word, but maybe it is. But like I'm thinking like all these people are home and that I want to collaborate with. Like I need to like get these demos out and like hit up some of these like, when I'm shopping and demo around, I usually aim for the stars and just like work my way back. Just never you never know who might just say yes, which has already happened for some of my songs. So I'm just thinking like all these guys that are home probably just trying to work and put out music and stuff. So
right.
But I'm also been on like the side recording at home a lot for a side project I'm doing like all the music for, writing like all the guitar parts for like an album.
Yeah.
And you'll probably like that. It's like a pop punk metal album.
Oh, that's tight.
Like Newfound Glory meets the Deftones.
Oh, that's tight. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
When's that dropping?
Yeah, hopefully soon, man. I've been like spending the last two months or so, like 4 days a week, like after work or on the weekends, just cranking these songs out so we can shop them to other people. It's just me and this drummer. And once I finish my songs, we'll shop them to other people and hopefully get some like legit collaborators on board. But like once I got those done, then I really want to start like hammering down some new solo stuff and get like, hell, I'd even fly out to, their studios or whatever if I could.
Yeah, I get you. I wish I could get out of here, man.
Yeah, dude, I
want to go somewhere so
bad, dude. This is the longest I've gone without getting out of like the Baltimore like vicinity.
Yeah, I miss Massachusetts so much. I think about it almost every day.
You guys text what's his name from 4 Years Strong?
Brendan does. Our guitarist does more so.
You guys like miss you, boo?
Actually, he probably does, and he's like, "Hey, man, just thinking about you."
Yeah. That one thing you did at the studio, man.
No, it's funny though, because we really had like some serious moments of like, we're just fans, and like we're actually working with Alan Day, and we were just like fans at first,
That's so cool, man. Yeah, like I've felt the same when I've gone into the studio with some of the cats I've worked with, like Lyrics Born, who rapped on one of my songs. I've been a fan of him for like almost 10 years, and like I'm pulling up to the studio right behind him, and he's getting out of his like Escalade, and like he's like a flashy dude. He's like, you know, he's a presence. And
Yeah.
I was just like, am I supposed to be here? Like, is this the right
Is
address?
this right?
But
Wow.
once you get in the zone though, you kind of shake the fangirl stuff off and like
Right.
realize like it's time to level up. You gotta, you know, bring the A game now.
Yeah, like he was like, dude, you guys are good. Like this is something serious that you guys could really, if you wanted to make a career out of this and you keep pushing, you could probably do that. So like it just got to the point where it was like, wow, I guess we're not like on their level. Obviously they've been doing it for 20 years, but he's like, you guys don't need to look at yourselves as some like inferior musicians or, you know, just some chumps or whatever, you know. So that was kind of a cool moment as well.
Yeah, man, it's the ultimate like validation when like artists you look up to are, you know, now your peers.
Yep.
But it's a different dynamic for sure, and like that's something I've always, you know, fortunately with my songs I've been able to like pull some pretty like legit players on, and I have to remind myself sometimes like these are peers now, like the fan stuff's over.
Yeah, man. I always try to play it cool when I would see somebody famous, like whether it was like a football player or like a musician or something. I would always just be like, "Yo, what's up? Yeah, yeah," and just like really not try to like ask for a picture or nothing too crazy.
Yeah,
You know? Sometimes I wish I had though, just so I could be like, "All right, I really did this." Like, cause some people be like, "Come on, yo, that didn't happen."
yeah, it's always awkward, man, because like yeah, the pictures are always great to like post on social media and you know, good for the look, you know, good for your look and just for, you know, the memories to have like
Right.
oh, I met this really cool person, but yeah, as a man, like man to man, it's just like it's never comfortable to just like, hey bro, let's get a selfie.
Right. Yeah. I was like, oh man, I'm not gonna stand that hard.
Yeah. So you played sports in college, right?
Yeah, I played football for 2 years, and then I left school and stopped playing and started doing music more.
Nice, dude. So what do you think about like college football with like the seasons being canceled and all that?
Oh, hold on, my video just went crazy for a
All right,
second.
you're good now.
Um,
Did you
but
hear what I
yeah,
said?
yeah, I got you.
Oh,
It's unfortunate because I love football and I really like watching college football, especially, and but it's really just the right move. It only makes sense. Like if we don't have a legit cure or anything out here to figure out how to treat this, you can't have people's 18-year-old, 19-year-old, like they're college, they're pretty much kids still. So it's like, and they're not getting paid like directly. So it's a lot of liability involved, and it's the right thing to do. That's all I can say about it.
yeah,
Really.
I'm kind of on that tip. Like, I would, if I were them, I would want to at least just play the games and like not let fans in or something. But I mean, it's so obvious what the NCAA's priorities are, which is just money. Like,
Yeah, I mean, they're like, we're gonna
I mean,
lose
that's
tons of
been
money.
yeah, that's been well known for decades. Like,
Yep. They're
like
like, we're gonna take on the risk of college kids getting COVID,
yeah,
and we're not gonna be able to allow any fans in. So why are we gonna take on all this risk without the ability to recoup some of
yeah,
that stuff? So I
yeah.
get it.
It's a business, unfortunately. Mass
Yep.
education.
Yep. I'm a big fan of soccer. I watch a lot of soccer, so it's been good that they were able to. Europe has been able to, I guess, not completely shake COVID, obviously, but they've dealt with it better than the U.S. has, at least. So their leagues started up a lot earlier than like the NBA and MLB and stuff.
So
NHL.
are those games with like fans in the stadiums and stuff? I haven't followed it.
Oh no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
But they started playing in like maybe the second week of June or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like it's crazy because the Premier League season just ended maybe 2-3 weeks ago, and then they're gonna start again like the first week of September. Like they really only have August off. You know, like it's just ended up being a weird year.
Damn. Yeah, I'm a big basketball guy, so I've been watching the NBA.
Yeah, the restart's so weird to watch,
It's
man.
so weird, dude. Like I watched the first Lakers game and I was like, I'm not gonna watch this. Like I can't.
It's just
But now I've kind of gotten used to it. I'm like, well, I kind of want to see where the playoffs go, and like, no matter what team wins it, there's always going to be that asterisk next to that win.
Yeah, it's just a weird year.
Yeah, but I'm a LeBron guy, so I would like to see him get another one.
I feel that, Yeah, I wouldn't be upset with that. I don't really have a team when it comes to basketball. I just kind of generally watch, and I feel like there's so much basketball drama amongst the players that's just an entertaining sport to follow. Like you just see who has personal beef with who and stuff.
Yeah, some of those players are so petty too. Like Kevin Durant, like trolls people.
KD is so.
God, dude, he's so good, and like, how can you be so insecure?
So insecure, like, dude, you make burner accounts, bro. Dude. Why do you do that?
When why are you making burners, big, bro? Don't do that. Don't do it. No. Speaking of trolls, dude. So, I was posting on some subreddits today to promote the video, and I don't know. Are you on Reddit? Are you a Reddit person?
I get on there every now and then, but I'm not on it too much.
It's a low key like good way to promote music. Like there's a lot of good like music subreddits and like genres and bands and stuff. But I posted in the Baltimore subreddit for like the whole city today, and I titled it "Awesome Music Video Featuring 2 Baltimore Artists." And then like I said, it's like my video and stuff. And like the one comment was this fucking guy says what monotonous. He just said monotonous. I was like, all right, bro, thanks for taking the time to not only listen but voice your displeasure with the song.
Yeah, like, come on.
He responded to that and he was like, you're welcome. It just felt flat to me. I was like, as evidenced by you calling it monotonous. Yeah, I get it.
Some people just be hating, bro, for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, that's the internet. Like, whatever, dude. I'm happy you listened.
Yeah, man, I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on it. It's the first negative comment I've heard about the song.
Yeah, and I'd like to think most people in my circle, whether it's like fans or friends, if they don't like it, like they're not going to go out of their way to just like throw hate on social media.
Right.
It's like a different level. But
yeah, I mean, no need.
Yeah, but the feedback for the most part is definitely all besides that, yeah, it's like been all positive, dude, like for sure. And I'm glad I got it out this summer just because that's like definitely the summer song.
It's a summer jam.
Yeah. So, all right, bro. Thanks for hopping on, man. Meet the collaborators. Anyone that's watching, check out the video for Red Cup Dub. It just dropped today.
Yes,
it's on YouTube, all the streaming platforms. Where can people check you out, Trey, and your band One Life to Lead?
Yeah, so we're on Instagram and Twitter at OLTL Band. You can check us out on Facebook, One Life to Lead. It's just, everything spelled normally, no numbers or anything like that. Yeah, so once you find those, it'll be pretty easy to find my own socials. I got different handles on everything, so I'm not going to waste your time, bro. But
One Life to Lead, you'll find them.
Yeah, OLTL Band, you'll find us.
Look out for some new music, and yeah, keep pumping Red Cup Dub. Share it with all your friends, and who knows? Maybe we'll do another collaboration, man. I see it happening.
Yes, sir, man. I'm ready. I like the feature game, bro. Call
me. And I just like having someone local, dude. Like that's like so huge for me. Like, like I'm starting to get my home recording set up. I got this mic here, so it's like, if I got like a beat I'm working on or like some riffs, like I could be like, Trey, just come over and like lay some shit down.
Jam,
like,
yep.
It just makes it. I just like being in the room with someone instead of just like bouncing files back and forth.
No, I agree. I totally agree.
That's huge. But all right, well, thanks for everyone for watching. Thanks, Trey, for hopping on.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
And we'll talk soon. Peace, guys.
See y'all.